Hey there, guys. My name is Gamer Minilla, and today we're going to be doing part 5 of my Gamera Memorial Box review series. Today, we're going to be taking a look at Guiron. Now, Guiron is an alien kaiju from the planet Terra who fought Gamera in the titular movie Gamera vs. Guiron. And he's got a bunch of weird powers, just like most of Gamera's villains, aside from one, that being Virus. Covered him in the last review. And what are those powers? Well, just look at him. He's got a big old knife for a head that he can slice off things with. It can reflect energy attacks like Gauss's little sonic beam. He's got these little shuriken looking things here that he can shoot out, and it attaches to Gamera's limbs, and he can't really pull in his shell, though that power's more for the next monster we'll be covering in this review series. But getting into the figure itself, this guy is probably the sleeper hit of the Gamera Memorial Box set, because, not very many people really give Guiron himself all that credit, but looking at the figure in a vacuum, he is painted and sculpted absolutely immaculately. Like, as you can see, every skin detail is there, and you got this wonderful red paint that covers his back. You only got one side of these leg fins painted, which is a little disappointing. But, compare it to modern day Bandai, then I suppose it's not that big of a departure from what we're used to. Very nice yellow underbelly. Good little smooth texture for each of the segments here. Nice mouth paint. The tusks are only painted on the front, though, which is a little disappointing for this figure in particular, because most of the time you're going to be displaying them like this, where you hardly even notice the white. You mostly just notice the green on the top. A little disappointing, but not the worst thing in the world to complain about. Nice silver for his actual bladed part of his head. And unfortunately, the shurikens are unpainted, but the little fleshy bits around the shuriken are painted, which is kind of an odd choice in my opinion. But yeah, sculpted details are very, very nice, as is most Bandai figures. And the paint is a lot more than I can say for modern Bandai. Still not 100% perfect, but for a Bandai figure, it is quite nice. Now, he only has really 2 points of articulation, that being the arms. And you would think that he could probably stand like this if balanced enough, but no, because of the way the feet are shaped. If you have his feet flat on the ground like that, that's how far back he'll be leaning. So no real bipedal postures for Guiron here, unfortunately. And because of that, he's actually quite the small boy, getting into scaling here. Let's compare him with Gamera, because they fought. And yeah, I'd say that's pretty decent scaling. I think Guiron here might actually be a little too small, in my opinion. I feel like he should be a little bigger. But other than that, fairly decent scaling. You can recreate that little knifing scene quite nicely. To compare him with another kind of knife-headed boy, here he is with the NECA knife head. And I must say, these two look quite nice together. You got Knifehead here and his obvious inspiration. And you can definitely see that, yes, they are different kaiju, but the inspiration's there. You gotta admit that. You gotta admit that. And for the obligatory Godzilla comparison, here he is next to another slightly metallic, very sharp boy. Here he is with the Bandai Movie Monster series, Gigan. And these two, I'd say, look quite fantastic together. I'd actually love to see if they ever did like a Godzilla vs. Gamera movie, maybe the two kaiju that show up that they have to team up against, rather than being the obvious Gauss and King Ghidorah, it's Guiron and Gigan. That'd be kind of cool. It'd be kind of cool indeed. But yeah, in closing thoughts, Guiron here is quite the nice looking figure. Very decent addition to the Gamera Memorial box set. And I would highly recommend anybody who's a fan of Gamera pick not only this guy up, but the whole box. That should do it for this review. I'll see you guys next time with Jiger.